Hello everyone, and welcome to a very cold and slightly snowy day here at Rathbone Manor. And we will be popping out there very shortly with the wire wheel. Okay then, let's take a look at today's project, shall we? Where today we will be taking a look at what my friend Carl at work calls the Foundry spanner. A very interesting find that I got last week at the car boot sale or flea market. Very interesting. I think what we better do first is get all this rust and stuff off. So we'll have to disappear outside into the garden and use the wire wheel on it. Let's go! Jingo, it's cold out there. Anyway, let's bring the camera down here and take a look at the bestest spanner in the whole world. Okay then, so I've had a few suggestions on what this spanner might be. Both comments seem to think that it's made by a specialty company for a specialty machine or whatever. However, my view is somewhat different to that. I think what I have here is an Apprentice piece. I mean, look at the angle of the head. That's quite different from a normal spanner. Plus also we have this name here, Lewis, as you can see. It's not on the other side. There are no sizes on either jaw or head, whichever way you want to look at it. There's no sizes at all on this thing. There's no what it's made from, you know, chrome vanadium. It's just got Lewis just here like that. So what I think, maybe somebody had an apprenticeship in a foundry somewhere, and this was a task set to them, you know, for their score, for their job, and they came up with this little fellow here. It could be sand cast, possibly. You can still see the rough edges just here and there, look. Just in there, look, that is a rough edge. We can also see inside the jaws what's going on here too, look. So it's not perfect by any means, and I would say it's definitely not, personally myself, I would say it's not made by a company. Let's just compare it with a normal spanner. Okay, so this one has drop forged, some kind of number there. If we turn it over, we have the sizes, 16, the company that made it, Victor, 17. But look at the difference in the angles of the head, look. Look at that. Completely different. Now I realise this is a fairly modern spanner, probably dating from the late 70s, something like that there. But look at the difference in the size of the head. I've probably got an older spanner somewhere, and that will be this massive beastie here. Look at the size of this thing. Why did I pick this thing up? It weighs a ton. But again, you can see the angle of the head is different. Hopefully you can see that. Looks a bit different, doesn't it? Is it different, or is it the same angle? That's interesting. No, it's different angle. Look, if we level her up underneath here, we can see there's a difference in the jaw angle. That thing's massive. But if you look, someone's really gone to town designing this little fellow here. We've got checkering in here, both sides, and also you can actually see, let's just zoom in a bit, where you can see the checkering is quite uneven. So it says to me it's been handmade. The mould was handmade for this, look at that. And also some of the lines on here, they're not very even either, look. And also it's concave. We've got a concave design here, which is more concave on one side than it is on the other. I think this is a deeper There's a lot deeper look. Same this side as well. It's a lot deeper over this side. So, you know, personally I think this is this was made by somebody called Lewis, Mr. Lewis, or Lewis somebody or other. And I think he was tasked with designing something, maybe a spanner or a tool of some description, and he decided he was going to make this little fellow here. Now, if this was sand cast, he could have either made the mould, you know, the original version of this in wax, maybe, or he could have even made a wooden one. I don't know. We'll never know. We're going to need the time machine for this little fellow. So we go back in time, follow it back in time, see who originally owned it, when they made it, why they made it. I mean, if it was an Apprentice piece, I do hope the guy got a really good score for this and did, you know, went on to do really well in the company he was working for. As I say, maybe it was a Foundry somewhere back in the day. I don't even know how old this thing is. This could be, I don't know. This could be quite old. We'll never know. I mean, obviously, if it turned up at my favourite stall at the car boot sale, then somebody's had their granddad's shed turned out and everything thrown out, I'd imagine. It was a little bit rusty when I picked it up, but not too bad. So that shows to me that somebody's looked after it. It only had the very lightweight rust going on it, which doesn't do any damage. And you can see there's no damage to it. I think I had a job getting in here with the wire brush. So I've cleaned it up as best I can, but this is a very pleasing find, and I think Lewis has done a really good job both designing, making the mould, the casting mould for this. You can see in there, look, a little bit of something going on there. So it's not a professionally made thing, I don't think, and I do hope Lewis got a really good score for making this spanner. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's you know, an Apprentice piece? Because I do like to collect unusual tools like this whenever I find them, especially Apprentice pieces. I've got several of those kicking about already. But this little fellow, yeah, the bestest spanner in the whole world ever. Okay then everyone, so let me know down in the comments, down there in the comments, what your take is on this spanner here. As I say, I think it's an Apprentice piece, looking at it, because it's very unusual, and I very much doubt we'll ever find the like of it again. So this is going to take pride of place in my collection. As I say, I do have a few other Apprentice pieces, what I class as Apprentice pieces. I mean, this could be made in college or something. Perhaps they had you know, a metalwork class in the college. Well, I mean, obviously if he's an apprentice, an engineering apprentice, they would do that sort of thing. But yeah, they could have made this, sand cast it in a box. I think, thinking about it, I think we could do that at school in my metalwork class if we wanted to do. We could do sand casting, because I think a few of the guys would make golf driver heads, if I remember rightly. They could sand cast those. They had a mould for it and they would do that. But I don't think there was nothing like this going on there. But yeah, so let me know down in the comments what you think about it. My opinion, well, you know my opinion by now, guys, but yeah, what an interesting piece of kit. I mean, you can see the concave going on there. Look at that. Fantastic, look at it. Wow. The bestest spanner in the whole world. Yeah, I'm glad I found this now. Alright then guys, well, thanks for popping over to freezing cold Rathbone Manor today with all the snow and what have you. Don't forget, you can subscribe, like and share this video. Don't forget to ring this bell here. Press the little button for that bell just there, because that will give you updates as to when I put out new content like this. And you can also join me on Instagram, because there are several pictures of this doing stuff at work on Instagram. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed popping over today. Taking a look at the bestest spanner in the whole world ever, that my good friend Carl at work calls the, I'll have to think about it again, but yeah, the Fabergé spanner. You can see why he calls it the Fabergé spanner. Wow, just needs a few little jewels and embellishments on it, and that's exactly who it could have been made by. Fabergé, nice. Alright guys, well, thanks for popping over, thanks for taking a look at the spanner, and I'll catch you another week. hopefully I might be able to go to the boot sale next week and pick something up. We'll see. See you later.